Two. My name is tylltoons, and you are?
I'm someone.
And this is Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg for Nintendo GameCube. And I am ready to start. I think, does anyone want to count me down for the run to start or anything?
Yeah, do it.
Do it!
Let's go.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Good luck! All right, here we are. So luckily, this game has a very long intro cutscene. This game was developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega. It was released in 2003. It uses the Sonic Adventure 2 engine, but it's a very unique 3D platformer. What this game is all about is rolling eggs around. So we play as this guy called Billy Hatcher, and him and his friends don't really have any abilities on their own. All they can do is they can run and they can jump, and the jump is not very good. But we're going to get the power over the eggs. And once we do that, we can go wild. We suddenly have a deep moveset in this game. We can do all sorts of things with our eggs. We can run, we can bounce, we can dunk, we can drive at the eggs, we can shoot the eggs and do combos like that. And that's just the base movement. And the movement that the game gives you really opens the game up. You can do all sorts of jumps and skip parts of the levels just using your normal moveset. But then on top of that, this game has a very interesting physics engine, and it allows you to abuse the eggs really hard. And you're going to see tricks where we're going to use 2 eggs to give ourselves a ton of speed to go very high up in the air or to go very far to make jumps you're not usually supposed to do. Now, the story of this game, you can kind of see it in this intro cutscene, yet most of it is explained in a text box that we're going to mash through. So basically, this game takes place in a land called Morning Land that the evil crows have invaded. And what they did is they stole the daytime. And they did that, yeah, right. They did that by trapping the chicken elders. Because in case you didn't know, sunrise happens every single morning because of the chicken elders' rooster call. But now the chicken elders got trapped inside golden eggs, and we need to save them to bring back morning. And that's the objective in the first mission in every single world. You'll see that it's always going to be nighttime, and we need to bring back morning.
And we turn into a chicken.
Yes, we now finally have the chicken suit. We are pretty much a chicken. That is Dark Corvo, who we're going to fight much later in the game. And now we have the power over the eggs. We're going to use our first egg very soon after this unskippable cutscene. And the first mission in this world is to hatch the golden egg. Now, how do you hatch eggs? So in case you didn't know, the way you grow eggs is you collect fruit with them, just like in real life. So we're going to run over fruit, and you'll see that different egg sizes have different powers. So for example, with bigger eggs, some jumps might be easier, or you will do more damage. Now, this is a trick where we use 2 eggs, one of them bigger than the other, and we're gonna hit ourselves. And when we are airborne and we get hit, or our egg gets hit, we will get pushed backwards. And if we are back against the wall and our egg gets hit, just like that, we will clip through the wall. That is known as a knockback clip, or KBC for short. And we're gonna do a bunch of them later in the game. Now, this is where we finally get to the golden egg. And let's talk about RNG, okay? So we do need to pick up a bunch of fruit to hatch our egg, but some fruit are better than others. Because basically every single egg in this game has some type of fruit that it prefers. In the case of the golden eggs, it's pineapples and cherries. If we get those, we're in luck, but we got bananas. So I had to get some extra fruit. So we lost like a few seconds there, but it's really not too bad. So this is the first chicken elder. I think his name is Oma, but I might be wrong.
Good morning.
Good morning, yeah. So your job is to basically say good morning and to crack egg jokes.
Oh, no. I'm sure people could donate for egg jokes and crack me up entirely.
Yeah, that's what normally happens with this game, so you can be sure that that's going to happen. Now, I'm going to hatch that egg and collect the emblem and finish the level. And your job is coming up in just a few seconds.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, Billy. And we're going to hear that 26 more times.
Oh, no.
All right. So this next level is the first boss fight in the game. The way this game works is, or what you got to do to beat the game, is the first mission in each world is always a golden egg mission, and the second mission is always a boss fight. And you have to beat the second mission in a world to unlock the next one. Now, what we got to do is we got to beat the first 2 missions in every single world. But that's not all we need to do. Eventually, our goal is to unlock what's called the Rainbow Gate, which will unlock the final level. But to do that, we need to prove that we have enough courage. And we prove that by having 25 emblems. So we're going to do those 12 required missions, and then we're going to do an extra 13 optional levels. Here we're going to do a trick called Flower Jump, where you align yourself with this flower, and then you bounce into the sign. And signs have very interesting properties, where sometimes if you jump into them correctly, they'll just launch you away just like that. That's actually a ton of height you get from that. You couldn't really see it with the camera. Here you can egg bounce on this cage, and with a precisely timed roll, you can make it up this tree and to the boss portal. And that skips having to hatch Klippen, because these eggs can have different things in them, right? So some of them have chicken elders, others will have random items that are pretty much useless or that are made for multiplayer. Others will have animal bodies, and they are basically just little companions that will give you an extra attack that you can use. And some of the levels in this game are designed around those. Most of them will have you use a guy called Klippen, who lets you use water to put out fire, but we were able to skip that entirely. So this guy is called Eragekko, and this boss fight is very easy. It's kind of tricky to do super optimally, but basically what we're just going to do is we're going to pick up a bunch of fruit to grow our egg to deal more damage. And now he's going to turn himself tiny. We can hit him a bunch. And now he's going to try to tail swipe us, so we're just going to bait him a few times to do that. And that's the 3rd time. And now he's going to return to the center. The reason why it's kind of tricky to do super optimally is because you always want him to be in the center, so he doesn't waste time going back there, right? Now he's going to start shooting lasers, like beams, and we can trigger him to do that by just dashing into him. We want to pick up an extra fruit to fully max out our egg. And now we're just going to hit him 2 more times, and that's the boss fight.
And guess what? They were just a bunch of crows in trench coats.
That is correct. All of the enemies in this game are imposters. They are crows posing as the bosses or as cats or bees or whatever the enemies in this game are. And you know what you got to say?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning.
Also, we'll say something else. Could audio turn my master volume down a bit?
You can also do that. Now, there's a cutscene here that shows a place that we're going to visit much later in the game. This is Sand Ruin. It's called Sand Ruin because it ruins your runs. And you'll see that that portal just lit up. And there are 6 portals there, and all of them need to be lit up. And we're going to do that. Now, the game wants you to talk to the chicken elder. We're not going to do that. We're just going to exit out of the level. The disadvantage of that is that you can't save the game, but I'm not too worried about getting a game over right now. So now we're going to go to Pirate Island, which is the 2nd world. And this place was actually supposed to be the first level in the game. But that was changed very late in development because the devs felt that this wasn't tutorial-y enough. Here you just got to defeat all of these enemies to open the cage that the golden egg is trapped in. Never mind, I missed an enemy. Okay, well, that sucks. But that's not that bad. We can just come back, and there we go. The problem is that the fruit is going to despawn, but that shouldn't be that bad.
Excise also changes stuff like how much damage you deal, right?
Yes, that is correct. Most importantly, we do want to have a half-full egg by the time we get to this next section. Because if you have a small egg there, it can mess with your jump. So I need to be extra careful now, but we should be fine. There are more than enough fruit on the sport walk. There we go. And now there are a cherry and a pineapple here, and they are going to max out the egg. And never mind, I missed one. Okay, well. There's always a first for something.
There is.
I'm actually very surprised. Did I just miss one of those? No. But that's not too bad. Like, usually, even if you mess something up in this game, you can back it up very quickly. And part of the beauty of this game is that for every trick in this game, there are like 4 or 5 different strategies. So even if you don't feel like doing one, there's always an alternative you could do. And there's always a quick backup. So now morning is finally back to Pirates Island. There are actually more missions that we need to do in Forest Village, but I will come back there later in the game for a reason I'll explain then. For now, we're just going to move on to do more missions here.
Enjoy the sun.
Enjoy the sun,
Get
yeah.
some baked eggs, I reckon. And
Good morning.
good morning, Billy.
You suggested we should have eggs for breakfast today, and we didn't.
Oh, we forgot.
Yeah,
Guess we gotta make up for it with egg puns.
yeah. Now, this next level is very divisive among the community. Now, this level is very hype for viewers if it goes well. But only if it goes well. Now, most runners tend to not like this level very much. Actually, I previously said that runners hate this level, and then I got backlash for that, because one runner, Fleedle really likes this level. So yeah, I guess most people don't like it. Also, Monkey SMB, the world record holder, thinks this is one of the best levels. But the reason it's kind of annoying to do is because there are these cannons, and we can abuse them to launch ourselves to later sections of the level that we're not supposed to get to just yet. And the first one is really not that bad, but the second one can ruin your run, because the dead zones on the cannon are just really bad. So we need to hit a very precise spot, which is roughly around there. And there we go. And that's just going to take us right to the end of the level.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was actually a good second cannon. I got messed up between the two cannons when I dropped the egg, which is something that can happen. Now, this boss is Captain Glur, one of my favorite bosses in the game. So let's talk about the way the bosses work. So basically, all of the bosses in the game have a damage cut. We're going to get that apple because we need that to respawn. Now, every time the bosses are vulnerable, we can only hit them for a specific amount. Also, we can X-shoot him there. What's cool about the bosses is that there are a lot of times where you can hit them that casual players might not even notice. Now, he's going to jump out of these puddles 5 times. And the first 3 times, we can hit him 2 times. The 4th and 5th time, we can only hit him once. However, Glur is always vulnerable when he is airborne. So if we dunk him like that, we can always get 2 hits in every phase. And now we're going to come over to this pineapple, dunk him one more time, run away, hopefully don't get sniped, and we can X-shoot him, and that's the fight. Woo! That's a very, very quick fight if you do it right. The strat is kind of scary because you can break your egg, and if that happens, that's really bad. If you miss a hit, it's not too bad. You can just do an extra one. And now we've unlocked the next world, but I'm actually going to stay in Pirates Island and do some more levels here.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning.
While you're doing that, may I read a donation?
Sure.
Thank you very much. We have received €3 from Plumber. I hope you're ready for this. I hope you're ready. Oh, I don't think we're ready. Here we go. I don't want to exaggerate the excellent egg jokes. Yolks? Otherwise, your mind might get extra scrambled. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, we do happen to be raising money for mine, so hey.
It's true. Now, this next level here is actually very interesting because this is an auto-scroller. This is the race against King Klippen. And this level functions just like the races against Cooper the Quick in Mario 64 or Il Piantissimo in Super Mario Sunshine, where we're just going to race the AI character to the goal and we're going to wait there until he gets there. However, this auto-scroller is actually special because you can speed it up. There is a bridge in this level that he's going to cross, and you can load it or unload it. And depending on if the bridge is loaded or unloaded, he's going to do a different action. When it's loaded, he's going to run over it. When it's unloaded, he's going to jump over it. But what we're going to do is we're going to unload it, load it, and then quickly unload it. And that's going to confuse the AI, and he's going to do something very special. And I'm going to need to make sure I get the timing right. There we go.
Amazing.
Okay, that's the normal method. Normally he's supposed to, or like, if you get the perfect one, which is like a few frames, he's going to run through the air. That is the second best method, where he jumps into a gap and then respawns and then quickly rubber bands to the finish line. And this lets you finish the race a little bit quicker than you're supposed to. There is actually a mini documentary. I know you wanted to say good morning, but
I want to say morning, lad, in the words of Great Kingpin.
or do that. Oh, well, I was just going to say there is a mini documentary on this level, which is called How Speedrunners Made a Penguin Fly by Chiron. So if you're interested in speedrun documentaries or the history of that level and how the glitch was found, be sure to check it out. It's a very good one. Now, Billy is not the only character in this game. There are 3 more. We're going to save 2 of them. And in this level, we're going to save the first of them, which is Rolly. Now, normally this level is rather long. You're supposed to go around the entire island. But we don't need to do that. We can just use the level's layout to our advantage, go right to the end. And this is where she is. She's tied up next to a bomb. We had 5 minutes to save her. Only took us 20 seconds. But there you go. Now, there is one friend who will die in that explosion because he is very slow to save. But Rolly, now that we've saved her, is going to unlock more missions in the other worlds. So because we've saved Rolly, we have now unlocked the 6th mission, which also means that we have an extra mission in Forest Village. And that's the reason why I didn't complete Forest Village earlier, because I wanted to go back there now that I saved Rolly. And I'm actually going to save the game now, which is something I don't normally do. But in the next level that I'm going to do, it has happened to me once in my life when I was new to the game that the game got crashed here. It only ever happened to me once. It also happened once to Monkey SMB, the world record holder. So it's just something that I know can happen. It's never going to happen again. We don't know how it works. But just in case, we have now saved the game and we can continue from here. So this level is kind of scary because at the start there are these anchors that we need to dodge. And the pattern is completely random. So we're just going to have to, well, okay, we're going to have to get hit. But that's perfectly fine. The pattern is random, and you need to kind of react. I'm going to try to do some rather reckless movement through there. Let's see. We're going to roll there. Roll again, jump. There we go. Beautiful. Now, this level is really cool because of a trick called known as Fire Island. So later in this level, there is a section where there is a cutscene trigger, and if you hit it, a bunch of fire arrows are going to shoot out that are going to block your path. And the game wants you to hatch Klippen to put out the fire. And that's really slow. But if we use the cannon to our advantage, we can get onto this island early before the cutscene starts. And then if we are fast enough, we can get into the hoop quickly enough to get to the switch before the fire arrows are going to spawn. And that way we can skip that entire section of having to hatch Klippen.
I guess Billy's also rich now. Good
Yes.
morning.
Yeah, he doesn't need to save Morningland anymore, because why would he? He's rich. So now we're going to go back to Forest Village and finish that off. There are 2 more missions that we want to do there. The first of them is, in my opinion, one of the coolest levels in this game. This one is just movement-based. It flows really well. It has several tricks in a row. It's just really cool. It has no cutscenes. I feel like this is one of the better levels to show off the beauty of the game. Also, hatch and dash is on the same button. So that's a really funny way you can really kill your run by accidentally hatching your eggs. So first of all, we're going to go into that hoop. We're going to jump out of the hoop, get into this hoop. And now we're going to do another KBC. Normally, you're supposed to hatch an animal body, either Klippen or Cypher, to break that wall to the right. But we don't need to do that. We can just do another one of these flips. That is a very bad angle. Yep, but that is very easy to back up. Just gotta try again. That chicken can really ruin your day, by the way. If you get really unlucky, the chicken is gonna get in your way, and then the egg is gonna hit it, and you will need to try again. There's a little manipulation you can do here. I kind of missed it. Actually, it was pretty good to get a good cat pattern. Because the way those cats move is entirely random, and sometimes you're going to have a hard time just killing them. Now, gates in this game are a recommendation. They are just a suggestion. You can run again, you can jump or run around pretty much every single one of them. And this one is great because you don't even need an egg to do it. Yeah, you can just jump around like that.
Neat.
And that's that level.
Let me know when you've got time for another one.
After the next level, is that okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Good
Okay.
morning, by the way.
Good morning, yeah. So this next level is very fast if it goes well. We're going to do 2 KBCs. And these KBCs are going to be a little different because we're not going to KBC using a second egg. We're going to KBC using an enemy. So for the first one, and this clip is really bad, and I might miss it. I'm only going to give it like 2 attempts. If I don't get it, that's fine. We're going to clip off of one of these small cats. And the way they move is random, and we just need to get a little bit lucky. That is a good pattern. Let's see if I choke it or not. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna retry. Because like the cat that I was supposed to clip off just didn't follow me for some reason. That sometimes happens.
Is Rolly any different from Billy in terms of mechanics?
No. Rolly and Billy and Chick are exactly the same. Okay, so I unfortunately missed that, but it's not that bad. You can just kill these cats. Now, the second clip is the one that's really important. And for that one, we're going to clip off of a bee. And to do that, we need to manipulate the bee first. There are 2 bees here that we need to dodge. The first one is following me. Let's see if I can avoid it. Now, for this one, you can kind of dash jump left and then go right, and that should hopefully let you dodge the bee. Here we can hit the switch. Open the gate. And now we're going to try to dash up to the bee to... I don't know why egg bounce there, but whatever. We're going to try to do that. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, very good. Woo! Yeah, that's kind of tricky because you want the bee to inflate, and if it doesn't, it's going to charge at you. And there's a backup for that, but I'm very happy that I got that. Now, donations, please.
Okay, we have received €5 from Kuko. It's time to crack more egg jokes, as I know Tiny Tim really enjoys them. Thank you for that. Let's make sure the marathon is on the sunny side up, and all the good yolks have an excellent time. And while we're doing that, can I remind everyone we are raising money for Mind. Please remember to put your donations towards one of our Bid Wars of incentives. We're needing €245 to meet the Tiny Toons adventures. Hard mode upgrade. Let's see if we can get those donations in. You've got this one and the next one to get that, so not a lot of time. So let's see if we can raise that money and get that incentive met. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is the 3rd Ghoul-Neck mission. And this is a great opportunity to talk about what's known as the Elder cutscene skip. So you know that every time you hatch the chicken elder, there's that cutscene where morning comes back? Well, you can actually skip it. And the way you skip it is you hatch the elder and then you die. And you need to die so quickly that the cutscene won't start. And it's only really doable in some levels because in half of the levels, the checkpoints are very bad. So where you will respawn is really early in the level and you won't really be able to save any time with it. Or it's just not really feasible to even kill yourself in time. But the problem with that is it's only possible in the NTSCU version of the game. Or in other words, the North American version of the game. Because this game was first released in North America. So the North American release is version 1.0 of the game. But I am playing on the PAL version, which is version 1.1. The PAL and NTSCJ versions are identical to our knowledge. And a lot of things from NTSCU got patched in this version of the game. So unfortunately, you will not be able to see the Elder cutscene skips because they do not work in this version. Also, I got really lucky there because I had to do the bad RNG route because I didn't get enough fruit at the start. And what's really annoying about the end of this level is that if you use that green hoop to get up to that platform, the bounce of the hoop actually interferes with your ability to talk to the Elder. So what's going to happen is you're going to stand in front of the Elder, you're going to hit B, you will not be able to talk to him as long as the hoop is still bouncing. So you're going to have to wait, except if you get to talk to him on the very first frame. And I got that frame because I was mashing well enough. So that's good, so I didn't lose like 2 or 3 seconds there.
Hell yeah.
Nice. We always want to save those frames. So this level is very difficult. This is going to be the first time you will actually see me use an animal body. Normally, the game makes you use the animal buddies a lot in this game, but we can skip most of them, mainly because gates are just a suggestion. This is Richie. This is most runners' favorite animal buddy. Richie has the powers of ice and illusion. And our objective in this level is to destroy the 3 bone dragons, as they're called, which are basically just dino skulls. This is a sign, and signs are very interesting because you can do that.
That's neat.
Yeah, you can bounce into them, and then they will just launch you away. The same thing also works with trees and with chicks. You can use chicks to launch yourself, but it's actually a little bit precise. This is the first bone dragon. We want to hit him just like that. And we want to wait a bit before we jump down, because if you jump down too fast, the cutscene will not start and the hit will not count. Here you can do a long jump over this gap. And we're going to try to make a cycle, for which I will have to do a rather precise jump. But even if I don't make it, it's not that bad. It's going to lose like a few seconds. We are getting close to the second bone dragon. These platforms are a bit annoying because the shadow is underneath the platforms. Okay. Yeah, I got messed up because I was on the wrong side of the egg, but that's all right.
So, by the way, what's your favorite animal companion?
That is a good question. I think I like Cypher. We're gonna see Cypher later in the run. Yeah, I didn't make the cycle, but that's fine. We just wanted to get onto this elevator platform like 1 cycle earlier. I also kind of like Clippin, but I think Clippin is a bit too like what's the word? Too basic. There's actually another version difference between NTSCU and PAL. So basically, in the NTSCU version, if you fall without an egg, you're going to fall like a rock. You're just going to drop down. You have no control over yourself. In the PAL version, you do. So in the PAL version, you can actually just run off. But in NTSC, you have to jump. I just jumped because I wasn't really sure about the timing, because I used an audio cue and I wasn't really listening to it. But we're actually going to make use of that later in the run, because there is the hardest trick in the game that gets a little bit easier because of that version difference. So this is Topo. And Topo is the best part of the marathon, because this boss fight is an auto-scroller that's 2.5 minutes long. And there is nothing we can do. We're just going to wait. There's only one tiny thing we can do at the end to save like 2 seconds. But other than that, if the host has anything to say, feel free to do. We're just going to wait this one out.
Okay, no problem at all. We would like to remind everyone that we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organise bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We're currently streaming our annual event live from the Hotel Stevia in Randweg, the Netherlands. Now, we do have some prizes here. I'll cover those in just a second. We are raising money, however. The reason why we're here is we're raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to preventing mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go towards Mind. We would also like to thank ESA, who are supporting our event and allowing us to stream on their channel. However, we've talked about the bid wars and the incentives. We've got 2 of those up at the moment. If you would like to put your donations towards one of these, make sure you fill it in on the right-hand side when you're donating. We do have the category upgrade for the Tiny Toon Adventures run. We're currently at €5 out, the 250 needed for that, so we really need to see if we can get that going. And we've currently got €18 towards the Wear a Fez incentive, which is €150 for that. Okay. Remember, your donations also potentially qualify you for some of our wonderful prizes. We do have, at the moment, the first prize that is open is our Pikmin plushie that we saw earlier on, the adorable Pikmin plushie. If you would like to get a chance of winning that, just put in a minimum donation of €25 or more, and that will get you in the draw to win the Pikmin plushie. Keep in mind that the prizes will be rotating throughout the event, so if you'd like to get a donation in, that will get you in for that as well. Right, I see the boss is just dying, so we'll hand it back. Cheers.
So I said there's one tiny thing in this fight, and I just did that. Basically, there is a very specific spot on the floor that you can look at, and if you make Topo slam into the ground there in the final phase, he's going to get knocked to the opposite side of the arena, and if you kill him there, that's where the emblem spawns.
Good morning, Billy.
So I just saved a little bit of time by doing that. So I was like pretty much exactly where the emblem was going to spawn. I was a little bit too far left, but whatever. So now I've unlocked Blizzard Castle. There is one more mission that we want to do in Dino, but we have to do that much later because we need another friend for that. Now, if you've played Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, you might recognize this place because in the All-Stars Racing games, like both the first one and Transformed, there are 3 tracks based on this level for some reason. I do respect that there are 4 Billy Hatchet tracks in total, but 3 of them are just this level.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah. So this level also has a consistent Elder cutscene skip. The one in Dino is just random, if you get it or not. Here you can do a sick jump over this tree. It's actually really easy. It looks scary, but it's not. And that lets us skip to like the second half of the level. Normally you're supposed to go all the way around, kill a bunch of enemies, go down a slide. But now we're just right at the golden egg. And all we gotta do is kill these guys to open the cage. Now normally I don't do this, but I will pick up some fruit here as a backup. I did not mean to do that, but that's okay. Because in case I miss something on the slide, I want to make sure that I have enough fruit. Okay, I didn't miss anything. That's really good. I just... You know what just happened? I picked the wrong egg. Nice.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we have received an amazing €250 donation. Woo! Wow, was not expecting that. That has gone towards the Tiny Toon Adventures, which means that has now been met. So thank you so much indeed. The donator for this one was Sterlar BSG Hype. Let's make that Tiny Toons harder. Well, thank you so much indeed. Apologies for interrupting. Back to the run.
It's fine. I had to try again because I was so like focused on my commentary that I didn't even pick the correct egg. I kept using the other one. So I had to just kill myself and do that again.
Well, I'll relieve you from a moment for your commentary by saying good morning to Rolly because I forgot that earlier. And
You can say it again.
True.
Good morning.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning.
It is a pretty nice morning here, actually.
I mean, it's already way past noon, but yeah. And then you were outside this morning, like very early on.
Yeah, it was great.
I was still in bed. Okay, now it's time for the next boss level. This level is really cool for a number of reasons. The first thing we're going to do is a very long dash jump to skip the first half of the level, which is the standard in this game. We like to do that a lot. So you can just do that, get onto the slide, skip the first half of the level. Now, what we have to do in this level is we have to destroy the snow machines that are causing all of the snow. And that is going to open the boss portal. The order you kill those cats matters because otherwise the fruit will despawn. Now, the way we destroy the snow machines is we need to hatch another animal body. And you might remember from the first level in the game that we hatched this egg there. And the reason we did that was because the first time you hatch an animal body, there's a 3-second text box that introduces their name and their ability. In this case, Fire has the power of... Cypher has the power of Fire and Passion, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, I think it's Fire and Passion. And by hatching this egg in the very first level and then immediately grabbing the emblem, the hatch is still going to count, but the cutscene will not play. So by doing that in Forest 1, we saved 3 seconds in Blizzard 2. And that strategy was actually found on accident by Chiron at a former ESA run. So this boss is really interesting because I said previously that all bosses in the game have a damage cap. This guy, Molds, who is a seal and not a mole, does not have one. So all we got to do is get a big egg as fast as we can, and then we can just kill him off. Unfortunately, that is kind of tricky because the fruit spawns are very random, and sometimes some of them are just very hard to pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to get 9 hits there to get an easier version of his next attack. Like, if you do 10 hits, he's going to do a way faster version of this attack that's really hard to dodge.
Yeah, I saw it earlier today. That's not dodgeable in any way.
Yeah, also, this fight is really hard in general because of the camera. Okay, I got lucky. I got enough fruit.
Oh yeah, good marathon RNG.
And you can see his health was just depleting. It was at 3/4. And you just gotta hit him a bunch with a big egg and he just dies instantly, pretty much.
I do love the irony that you're slapping a seal with an egg.
Yeah, it's a great game. And that was actually pretty sketchy. I thought I might just miss a hit there. But okay, we're good. Now,
Good morning.
also that. I didn't even think about that, but thank you for saying that. If you've played this game as a kid, or if you've played this game ever, this next level might be where you stopped. Because in this next level, there is an infamous rail section where you need to place your egg on a rail and then pick it up again. And the rail just doesn't work. Now, if people know that they can just jump onto the rail, it gets much easier. But most people just don't really understand that and they give up here. And to be fair, the game is not very well designed. It doesn't really explain that you can do that. And the way the level is designed, it makes you think you're going to have to separate ways with your egg. But we can skip that entire section, pretty much. We're going to do a long jump over that slide, just skip it, which saves like a second or something. Here's another gate that is just a suggestion.
What gate? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, right? Like, you're not even going to notice the things you skip. Yeah, normally they want you to hatch clip and to put out the fire around the switch. Okay, that's not good. That's fine though.
I heard earlier today that our host has kind of a bad relationship with this game that we started mending by showing this level.
Yeah, like I thought Tiny Tim might have quit after this level, but that's not true. Because he didn't even get here, is that right?
Oh, our host is busy for a moment.
Yeah, host is currently occupied.
I guess we'll crack some eggs in the meantime.
Yeah.
Or not. That was hard. Good job.
Thank you. So that was a PDR, which stands for Pedro's Egg Dash Ricochet. It is the Pedro variant of the normal Egg Dash Ricochet. Basically, what we do is we egg shoot, then we get another egg, and then we dash jump into the first egg. Now, normally, you have to have 2 eggs of the same size when you do that, because bigger eggs will damage smaller eggs. Which is what we abuse for KBCs. But golden eggs have a very special property that lets them not take any damage from other eggs. So because this is a golden egg, we can do a PDR with the big egg. And I just got worst RNG here. The reason speedrunners tend to not like this level, again, I'm not trying to generalize it, because Fleedle does like this level very much. But the reason why this level tends to be annoying in speedruns is because of the RNG, not because of the rail section. Basically, if you get really lucky, the big cats will drop pineapples or cherries. If both of them drop it, that's perfect. If only one of them drops it, that's still very fast. If none of them drop it, you can still get lucky with the small guys, but that's kind of slow. But there is like a 14% chance that you will not get enough fruit, and then you have to wait for the pineapple to respawn, and that's what happens. Now, I'm going to save. It's not necessary at all, but the next level is really hard. I'm not going to die like 15 times, but you know what? I like to be safe.
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning. I keep forgetting about that, but you keep reminding me. There are 2 levels in this game that are really hard, and this is one of them. So I might need to take my time for a moment. I might need to stop commentating to really focus on this, because this is hard. So this is the secret of the funhouse. So what you have to do is you have to go through this maze called the funhouse, and in every single room there's a series of mirrors. But only one mirror is correct. The other ones are fakes. And if you hit a fake mirror, then a bunch of enemies are going to spawn that you need to kill. So if you were to do that, you might just lose a bunch of time by having to pick a mirror, and if you're wrong, well, you're kind of screwed.
Luckily, we got ways around that.
We got ways around that, and this is hard. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I tend to miss my dash jump there for some reason. You need to dash jump off of a very, very small platform, and it's kind of hard to do. Also kind of hard to get the right angle. That was too early. Again, this is where I need to focus. Yeah. Okay. Now there is a checkpoint somewhere here. I don't know exactly where it is, but we're gonna try to hit that. But that wasn't everything. That just skips one room. This is the big one that we have to do. The first one is significantly harder because of the dash jump movement. This is the one that skips more though. Again, mistiming because I'm talking. Mistimed it because I wasn't talking. Well, now I jinxed it. There we go. What side am I on? Okay, nice. Okay.
Hell yeah.
You need to hit that roll, otherwise you will die. Now, I will do a safety strat just for the marathon. I'm going to destroy that mirror. Because there is a tiny chance, if I'm bad at the game, that I might pop my egg here. And if that happens, then I'm soft locked, and I need to do everything again, because there is no egg in this room. Okay, got it. Nice. And now it's time to fight the boss. This boss is called Saltum. He's a monkey. Shout out to Monkey SMB. And this is the most consistent boss in the game. Like, there's no way you can lose time. I might find a way because I just said that. So this guy also uses the mirrors, and he's going to hide behind the mirrors, and you got to break them to get him out of there. And later he's also going to create clones of himself, but you're not even going to see that. Well, remember when I said there is no way you can lose time here? I might have just found a way. And yeah, I really jinxed it just because I failed to grab the egg at the start.
First time for everything.
That's correct, yeah. So, I will have a problem because the fruit is not going to respawn in time now, but whatever.
During boss fights, fruit respawn timers are mostly what determines how fast you get through the cycles, right?
Yeah. Also, of course, like damage caps. Now, there should be a melon here now, but because I messed that up, it's not there. So we're actually gonna see an extra Saltum cycle. That's wonderful. Oh, that was one here. I guess I could have gotten that cherry, but I didn't know where it was. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's fine.
We get more monkeying around.
We get more monkeying around. That's correct. And if there is anything to say, let's just use this extra cycle.
Excellent, thank you. I was just about to ask. We have received a €5 donation from Habkainanama, who says, BSG hype. Thank you very much indeed. And that goes towards the Wearing a Fez incentive. Remember that we do have that now. If you would like to see Standing Nerd wear a Fez during their Fez run, we've got €23 at the €150 required for that incentive. Remember, all of your donations go towards Mind. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Billy. Also, good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Oh, God.
We have multiplied.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. You really did surprise me there. Okay, so now we're actually going to go to this place that we kept seeing in that cutscene. This is Sand Ruin. The first mission, again, a Golden Egg mission, very predictable. This one also has a consistent Elder cutscene skip that we will not see. So you might want to check out an NTSU run at some point. If you are interested, I would highly recommend it. So this level, we're basically going to go up a pyramid, and the Golden Egg is at the very top of the pyramid, and then we're going to go down again to get some fruit. And it should be pretty quick. There is a skip you can do at the start here, where we bounce out of this hoop and roll onto this platform. And that skips like the intro section of the level. And we can do that platform up here. The flames don't hit you if you're on the very outer edge. Here you can skip one of these green hoops as well, like so. There's actually an egg in this level, which is the... I forgot what it's called, but it's basically an item that lets you instantly hatch any egg. Like, if you use it, all eggs that are currently on the map will grow to max size. Now, you might think, well, why don't we hatch it? It's because it grows every single egg except for the golden egg, so you can't use it for that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's just gotta hit those 4 switches to open the cage. And we're gonna do a big jump down here. 3 fruit down here that we need to get. We need to watch out that we don't get hit by the pillars. There's a secret banana in that rock. This is the troll dino that always drops pineapples. Never mind. Normally that dino is known for dropping pineapples like every single time because it doesn't actually save time in this level. So it's perfect RNG, but you don't need it. So it's always consistent, no matter what you get. And now we finally restored morning in every single world of the game. Actually, that's not right. That's still the final world. There's no chicken elder attached there. Now, I will definitely save after this level because the hardest level in the game is coming up right after this. This next level is 2 insanely hard tricks back to back. The first one, not that hard. If you mess it up, it's kind of bad. Second trick, insanely difficult. So I might need to actually focus that, but we're going to give it a go.
Good morning, Billy.
Need to remember to save. I have like 20 lives, but let's still save.
How do you actually get lives in this game?
You get a life every time you finish a level. I also only have 13 lives. No, that's not. No, I have 13 lives. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this first section, we just have to kill a bunch of enemies. There are 2 bees that we need to dunk. We can skip those hoops by just jumping down here. We're going to try to do a combo. And if we're lucky, then well, that wasn't that good. But they can ricochet off of each other. And then, like, you can get 10 kills with 1 X shot. Yeah, you want to kill the dino first because it has the longest death animation. Audio cue incoming. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, I missed the cat. Oh, now we go. Here we go. There we go.
Ooh, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I just didn't see that small guy. Okay, so this first trick is torch skip, which is essentially just a sign bounce like the one we did earlier in the dino level, except the torch is in the air, which makes it harder, and it has a fire hitbox on it. So you can just die, or your egg can just die. I need to be on the right side of the egg like this so I don't take damage. And let's see if I time it correctly, which is... Okay, nice.
First try.
Nice, that's very good. Also, there's a checkpoint there. So now I'm going to set up for Fami Skip, which is another KBC, essentially, except we're going to KBC off of a bee that is kind of tricky to manipulate, and we do it above quicksand. And if we hit the quicksand, we're dead.
You'd think quicksand is good for speedrunners, but unfortunately it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, it's not that quick. Only kills you very quickly. Also, you're not supposed to be here, by the way.
Yeah, this is totally normal. We'll be fine.
I got that first try. That was so good. That's the hardest trick in the game.
Hell yeah.
I was so nervous about that. Okay, very nice. Also, I got carried by the PAL version. In the NTSCU version, you can only clip in a very specific spot because you have no control over your aerial drift. But in the PAL version, you can clip pretty much wherever you want, and then you can just hold the direction you want to go, and you'll fall there.
Also, remember this guy?
Remember this guy from the first level in the game? I was going to say, like, remember this guy from the practice session when I showed you this boss fight, but no. Yeah, we did see him in the first level of the game. We can finally fight him. So this fight is interesting because we're going to overwrite the damage cap to defeat him a little bit quicker than we're supposed to. And with a little bit quicker, I mean, we're going to skip like 2 phases of the fight. And the way that works is in every phase, you can only deal a specific amount of damage. But what we're going to do a little less than that. And then we're going to grow our egg. And that way, we do a little bit more damage than we're supposed to. And if we do that every single time, we can kill him a lot quicker. Now, you might wonder why I just egg shot twice. And the reason is because I wanted to stall. Because I need that apple to respawn the next time he gets vulnerable. And if I just continue the fight, it's not going to respawn in time. So I just egg shoot twice to wait. And this is the scariest part, because this is where we wait for that to respawn. Okay, got it. So this is the first clones phase. It's going to create like several clones of himself. and we just get hit by them because that's like a very easy way to protect our egg. Oh, please don't hit that. This is just molds. You can dodge molds if you're super reckless. You can just jump onto the railing, and his face doesn't actually have a hitbox. It's only his body. So you can't get hit, but you can fall off very easily, so I prefer to not do that. And you don't really need to do it. Now we're going to use the small egg because our other egg is already at max size. We're just going to drop the egg there. More clones. We're just going to dodge. Oh, please don't hit the egg. Please don't hit the egg. Please don't hit the egg.
Luckily, you've got a big HP bar.
Yeah. No, it's just that they can kill the egg in one shot.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the fastest Corvo. We just skipped 2 entire phases of the fight. Normally, he does a clone of Sultan, the boss from Circus Park. And then there's another clones phase, and we just skipped all of that by doing that.
Nice,
So, yeah,
we're going fast.
we are going fast. So now we've cleared pretty much all of the required levels.
Good morning, Billy.
Except for like the 2 that we have to do at the end. So now all that's left for us to do is to clean up some optional levels until we have 25 emblems. And to do that, we're going to go back to Circus Park. There are 3 more missions we have to do. The 3rd one is very slow, but the 4th and 5th one are fast, so it's still worth it. And this is going to be the 3rd and last time you'll see an animal body. This is going to be Reki, who has the power of lightning. And I know that this guy is also pretty popular with people who've played this game. And I tend to watch casual players a lot on Twitch, and like some people say they really like this guy. The first thing we have to do, though, is to clear this RNG board. And in case you don't know what RNG is, in case we have some like first-time viewers, RNG just stands for Random Number Generator. It means like there are parts of the game that we just have no control over. We just need to get lucky and see what we get. You just want to turn every single one of those tiles to blue, or I think that's spades. Yeah, I think it's spades.
That's spades, yes.
Yeah. Now we want to do this and hopefully not mistime it. Yeah, you can die very easily there if you mistime those shots. Now we're just going to go down the slide, pick up all of the fruit, hopefully. Actually, I have more fruit than enough. Hopefully not die. Get into the hoop. And now our objective here is to activate these batteries because the clock has stood still. So we need to recharge it. It's great that this clock tower runs on batteries.
Yeah, that's
But
amazing.
luckily we have this guy here who has the power of lightning who can recharge them, and we want to team up with him.
It's also amazing that batteries can withstand lightning.
Right? Let's hope that I hit that. I did. Okay. So for this, I'm going to try to shoot through the wall, and I'm going to hit the other one from out of bounds. Because normally you're supposed to do 4 shots. Yeah, I hit that. Okay. I waited there to make sure that I got it. But if you can just clear this level with 3 shots by shooting through that wall, it's kind of precise. I'm going to make sure that I hit that. I did. Okay, yeah. Normally you want to jump off before the cutscene. But if I jumped off before the cutscene and the shot didn't work, then that would have been really bad. So I just wanted to wait. Because you can actually miss very easily. Because if Reki hits the wall, he just dies. Or like your shot gets cancelled. And you only get 5 shots max per animal body. So you got to be careful that you don't, nice camera, that you don't miss any. And you're supposed to go down a slide here, but you can just jump like that.
How does time actually work in the Billy universe with, you know, the sun being...
Because it's night forever.
Yeah.
I guess the elders just control it. Although I don't know how night happens.
The elders are really powerful beings then.
They are. I mean, we are on a mission from God himself. It is the chicken god Menifuni who is talking to us at the start of every level.
All right.
Now, this next level is one where if I show a casual player how to do it, they'll be surprised and fascinated. Because what the game tells you to do is throughout the entire level, which is massive, there's a bunch of cages that have enemies trapped inside them. And the game tells you you need to kill all of them. But what you actually need to do is there's only one specific cage at the end of the level that has enemies in it that you need to kill. And also, there is a very conveniently placed hoop that just takes you there. So we're going to skip like everything. We're going to go straight to this hoop, which will take us to the end of the level. And we just got to get over to this cage, kill the cats. You don't even need to open the cage. You can just dunk them like that. And that's the level.
Big game design, really.
Yeah, it's great. It's kind of annoying to get this emblem because the egg is going to hit the enemies and sometimes it'll come back to you, or the enemies will hit you.
It's really funny to have them on the background like this, though. Good morning, Billy.
Yeah, I like how squished he is. Okay, so there's one more mission in Circus Park, and this one is very unique for 2 reasons. First of all, it's one of the 2 levels in the game where we use something that is not an egg. In this case, we're going to use an explosive, which means that if we hit anything, we die.
How old is Billy?
I don't know, he's a little kid. 10 years, maybe? I don't know.
God is letting us use explosives. Got it.
Yeah, God is really asking a lot from us. The second reason this level is unique is it's the only level in the game where it's nighttime after you bring back morning. So I guess then there has to be some sort of day and night cycle in Morning Land. Ah, that's unfortunate. Let's hope I will not get hit because that would be really bad. Okay. Yeah, I mistimed the jump out of that. That's much better. Yeah, I was close to dying there. I almost hit the cat. But yeah. This is the fastest level in the game by in-game time. But because of this very long cutscene, it's actually not the fastest level in the run, but it's still one of the fastest. Mainly because we can do that dash jump to skip pretty much everything. Which is what this game is just all about. This game is about the moveset and using it to skip things, to make some jumps that weren't really intended to do. Because it's great, because you can beat this game with just the basic jumps. You don't really need to learn any of the moves. And at least like not until like way later in the game. But if you master the moveset, this game just gets opened up, and there's so much you can do.
I did hear earlier that you said that the movement is really something to get used to because you can't just turn backwards.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with the controls in this game because they don't understand that you are not controlling Billy yourself, you're not controlling the egg, you are pushing the egg, right? You're kind of controlling both at the same time. And you need to understand that you always need to push the egg, right? So if you, let's say you want to turn 180 degrees, you can't just turn your stick in the opposite direction. You need to actually do a little U-turn to push the egg where you want to go. Because if you just flick the opposite direction, you're going to let go of the egg.
I wonder if it's the cawing of the ravens or crows that brings back the night.
Maybe. Also, you always need to look at the egg to know what side of the egg you are on. Because, like, for example, if you come out of a hoop or something like that, you need to look at the direction Billy is going. And then, let's say Billy is on the right and you want to go to the right, you have to do a U-turn to the right first. You can't just hold right.
Oh, I see. Speaking of Billy, good morning, Billy.
Good morning, Billy. Speaking of Bantam, we are going to save Bantam. We have abandoned Chick in Dino Mountain because we don't need him. But Bantam is actually the best boy. Not just because he is the best boy, but also because he's actually the best character in the game. Because all characters in the game are the same, except there's one difference. And if you look at Bantam, you're going to see in just a moment, you might be able to figure out what that difference is. So for the start of the server, we're just going to redo that same movement that we did earlier in Visit 1 to go down those trees. And normally you're supposed to get here from above, but you can just roll through the glass, get right to the end of the level, and there he is. Now, what's unique about Bantam is that he is a large boy. He is very thick, and we're going to abuse that later. But there's one more level we need to do first. And this next level is the easiest level in the game. This is super free. It's impossible to lose time here, unless you want to. It's just going to be another race level, and there's no way to speed it up. We're just going to talk to Queen Rabish, who we're going to race, and then we're just going to go to the end and wait. So if the host has anything to say, please, this is your moment.
Thank you very much indeed. Remember, you are watching BSG Annual 2022, raising money for Mind. Remember that we do have our great prizes available for you throughout the marathon. Each prize is open for a limited time only and requires a €25 minimum donation to enter. The current prizes are Pikmin plushie, and you provided by Over the Rinabo, so thank you very much indeed. And you have until midnight tomorrow to get in for that one. So please get your donation in, and that will put you in the draw for that fantastic plushie. Thank you very much indeed.
It looks pretty great, honestly. By the way, how did you start getting into this game?
I got into this game because of Samurai Man, actually, who is a very famous speedrunner, super old school runner. You might know him for Super Mario Sunshine or Metroid Dread more recently. And what he used to do was he had a channel point reward on his Twitch channel where people could donate 200,000 channel points, or like spend 200,000 channel points, and make him speedrun a new game. And then one time in spring of 2021, some person spent 200,000 points on that reward, and they let him choose between 3 games. One of them was Billy, one of them was Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, third one I forgot. And Samu chose Billy, and then he ran it for a week. He got insanely good at the game in just 1 week. He got from never having played the game to 112, which is pretty crazy. It definitely took me a little while longer to get there. Now, this level, we're going to do a corner clip, and it's super easy to do with Bantam because he is thick. With Bantam, you can just jump into the corner, flick right in the air, and then you're going to be out of bounds. And then you got to make a very precise jump that I just failed. But yeah, that's how you do that. This level has undergone a lot of development. This used to be one of the slowest levels in the game, or like in any percent at least, to a point where people were wondering if it is even faster, like if it's worth it to do in the run. And then over time, new strats were found, and ultimately corner clips were discovered. And then it was figured out that you can use Bantam to do that. And now it's the fastest level in the game, the fastest level in the run at least by real time.
So Bantam is canonically the game's speedrunner.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bantam.
To talk about my origin story of how I got into Billy Hatcher, I learned about Billy Hatcher in 2014. That was when Mario Kart 8 came out, right? So I really wanted to play Mario Kart 8, but I didn't have a Wii U at the time. I got my Wii U in October of 2014, which is like half a year after the game came out. So instead, I got Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. And Billy is in that game. So, of course, I did some research because I didn't know who he was, and I learned that it's a game about like hatching eggs. And I thought that sounded pretty stupid. I didn't care about it. I never got the game. And then like 7 years later, I saw a speedrun of it. And then I was like, okay, I need to play this game. Okay, let's just struggle with the easiest movement in the game. That's still going to be fine. Actually, you know what? I did lose some time there, so I'm going to not break everything now.
This is the auto-scroller again.
This is another auto-scroller race. You can speed this one up by destroying everything. Because every time the AI character, in this case King Bibu, runs into a breakable object, he's going to slow down for a few frames, so you want to just break everything. Unfortunately, I messed up that super easy movement at the start, so I lost some time, so I wanted to like take my time, but I still have some time, right? He's going to show up at the end at like 1 minute 3 seconds or something. I think it's 1 minute 1 second if you break everything. Let's say. Gonna show up at like now, yeah.
I do love how all the NPCs have like really funny jumps.
Yeah, they can jump very high if required. Like they can't use the hoops, they don't have the power over the eggs, only we can do that.
They do have strong leg muscles though, didn't skip Black Day.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bantam.
Okay, so we now have 25 emblems. That means we can finally open the Rainbow Gate. And we're going to do that in this next level, Sand 3. Here's another version difference. You can, in NTSCU, you can do a trick known as Chiron's Groovy Underground, which is named after Chiron, who found it. Shout out to Chiron. Where you clip through the sand, and then you do movement out of bounds, not really out of bounds, where you can't see yourself because the camera can't follow you through the sand. You just need to do like a very precise dash jump. And it doesn't work in this version of the game because Billy will let go of the egg after you clip. You can't keep it. So we have to do an alternative strat, which is still like rather fast, where we need to time mines like this. Still pretty cool. And now let's hope that the bees are nice today. And it looks like they are going to be nice. Okay, that's good. Let's hope both of them inflate. In practice, I actually missed one hit here and I didn't notice it. There we go. Okay, we want to kill both of them just to get the fruit. Also because this will make the dino spawn. Let's hope this dino doesn't pop my egg. I have lost runs to that dino before. That's very good. I missed the hoop, but that's okay. I think I missed it. No, I didn't. Yeah, so if you have a big egg, you're going to snap into hoops much more easily. So that's another advantage. Actually, this very next jump that I'm going to do is super free with this big egg. With the small egg, that jump that I just did is actually much harder. I missed to skip the blue hoop, but that's fine. Here, the camera is kind of annoying. We're just going to jump down, do the slide. That skips like a rather long section. Also, this slide is kind of hard, at least for new players, because like if you use the control stick on the slide, it's really hard to control, and you're probably going to die. So the strat is you actually want to use the C stick, and you want to just hold up on the control stick and control the game with the C stick. And also the camera is inverted, so get used to that. Now coming up is the hardest trick in the game. It's not Fammy Skip, it's actually this.
Right. I saw it earlier today, and honestly, I'm not...
Yeah, it really is the hardest trick in the game. I jinxed it by announcing it. Okay. Okay, that's actually really funny.
We told you it's really hard.
Yeah, it's the hardest trick in the game, like I said. That's weird. Yeah, you can just wall ride that wall, and you can just run through the door.
What wall?
Yeah,
there
what
obviously
wall?
was no wall there.
Yeah, there was no wall there, that's true. I'm very happy I announced it as the hardest trick and not as the easiest trick in the game. But yeah, you can try that at home. All you gotta do is walk up against that wall at the correct angle. It's like 45 degrees, something like that, maybe a bit more. And you'll just go right through. So now we've unlocked Giant Palace, the final level in the game.
We opened the disco gates of hell.
We did. So Giant Palace is a sanctuary high up in the sky where the giant egg is stored. And I think the lore is something that the giant egg is pretty much like the Triforce, and if you hatch it, it'll grant you a wish or something. And we want to protect it, because like this guy we're trying to defeat, Dark Raven, is going to try to hatch it and rule over the world or whatever. I guess he's already completed his plan of making it Eternal Night. There's a clip I'm going to attempt here, but I'm only going to do that once. So we're going to try to clip off of the cats, hopefully.
Be nice, kiddies.
Nope. Okay, that's still fine. In that case, we just got to defeat them. There needs to be a fourth one somewhere. I'm actually fine with that, because there's another trick we're going to do. And it's significantly easier if you don't get the clip.
It really is funny how much the fruit rooting per level matters, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, in some levels, the fruit routing is something to really wrap your head around. So this level is really long. This is like room after room of like stupid challenges. Some of them are very hard to do quickly. But luckily, there is a sequence break called Palace Skip, which coincidentally is the biggest trick in the game, like the biggest skip in the game, because we can just skip the entirety of this level by doing this. We can do a sign bounce pretty much using that pillar, and the egg is going to give us more momentum. That way we can just get up to this area that we are not supposed to get to in this mission, and we can just go right to the end of the level, and it saves like, I don't know, 4 minutes maybe, something like that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like you skip the entire level, and it's really good. So the level is pretty hard. Okay, so final boss time.
Oh yeah.
This fight has 2 phases, because of course it has. The first phase is kind of tricky, because he's going to spawn these puddles on the floor that you're going to have to clear. You don't have to clear all of them, you only have to clear one. But the reason it's annoying is because sometimes they're going to overlap, and the overlapping paths are going to respawn much more quickly. So you're going to have to be extra careful. And sometimes you're just going to get screwed over by overlapping, by like, paths that are going to respawn too quickly. And the best strategy to deal with these is to just dash back and forth.
So something like this is what you'd like to see, right?
Yeah, this is beautiful. Now we have a very special announcement, which is that Billy Hatcher is in... Oh, that's not a nice smash ball. Well,
It's a fake Smash Ball.
it is a fake smash ball. But yeah, Billy Hatcher will be joining Smash. Heard it here first. Also, this boss is really weak. You can see his health bar. It just depletes just like that. If we were to collect any fruit in this fight, we could just finish him off super quickly. He's going to cycle between these two attacks. There he just shoots those missiles, and you just got to hit them back at him, or like lure them into him. And now he's going to do more puddles. This time it's going to be 4 puddles, and we have less time. This is fine. I can work with that. You really got to make sure that you clear a lot of it. Okay, nice.
The invisible portals can still hit you, right?
Yeah. Like, they're going to despawn now, but like now they could still hit you, even though they're no longer visible. And now it's just one more missiles phase. And that's phase number 1. But of course, there is a secret second phase. It's not over yet. Also, remember the giant egg, like this thing that we were here to protect? Yeah, it's broken now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that doesn't sound very good.
it doesn't sound very good. And we're still going to save the day, obviously, although I don't know about the giant egg. I might need to find a new one. All right, so this, we're going to have to wait a little bit for Raven 2 because he's going to hit us. We can technically avoid getting hit, but that doesn't lead anywhere because we need to take damage, and this is going to remove our chicken suit. And now we just got to wait. So yeah, we no longer have control over the eggs. There's nothing we can do except take damage. You can take as much damage as you would like in this phase because he can't actually kill you. Because God is going to intervene and give us our chicken suit back.
So you have the power of God and chickens on your side.
Now it's time for divine intervention, a really corny way to end this game's story. The famous Deus Ex Machina. Okay, so he's going to cycle between 2 attacks. He's going to do this attack where he charges at us. And the second attack is just going to shoot a bunch of missiles. Now he's going to shoot this shadow ball that you have to catch. And normally, you only have a 3-frame window to catch it. So it's actually kind of tricky to do. And you got to mash well. However, if we get hit before that, we get like 20 frames of invulnerability where we can just mash. And it's super easy to, like, it's free to get the ball then. So we're just going to do that again. And now you're going to hit him 4 times. There we go. And now he's going to turn the lights off, but his attacks are super predictable, so it's no big deal. Go that way. Go this way. Also, what do you think about the music? It's a very scary version of the title theme.
Yeah, like I was thinking about
What
that.
do you think about the children chanting in the background?
It's kind of ominous, honestly.
It is very ominous. I really like it though. And this is going to be the final one. Only 2 more hits. And he is defeated. Now time is coming up. Time is going to be when Billy's feet touch the ground after I collect the emblem. So that's just a short little cutscene here. The emblem's going to spawn. We're going to pick it up, and then time. I'm going to hope production caught that. And time.
Woo! GG!
Thank you very much. So that's Billy Hatcher and the giant egg. Very unique 3D platform. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Can only recommend it. If you play it casually, it has its moments where it's not very well designed and it's very frustrating. But if you know how to play, it's a great game. I would like to use the credits for like some shoutouts because I think we still have some time. I want to first of all thank you someone for just being by my side here, so that I wouldn't have to do the commentary on my own.
Thank you for inviting me.
I want to give shoutouts to the Billy Hatcher community, but most noticeably shoutouts to Real Mim, who is the only other runner of this game from Germany, my most active viewer, my rival in this game. We have a rivalry over who's the best runner in Germany. He currently has the German record, but I'm going to take it back very soon. I promise you that. I'm pretty sure he's in chat right now, so shoutouts to you, Mim. Shoutouts to Fleedle Deedle, who took his time to watch a practice run that I did and who wrote up an entire document with feedback on my commentary. And that greatly improved the quality of the commentary in this run. So thank you so much, Fleedle, for that. Shoutouts to Kyron for being very nice to everyone who's just getting into Billy. He really helped me out a lot learning the game. He has a bunch of tutorials. He's making great videos on the game. He has the Clip and Yeet video on his channel, and he's currently working on a 40-minute long documentary on Dino 8 that's going to come out very soon. I have seen parts of it. It's looking great. It's going to be a great video, so subscribe to his channel. Stay tuned for that video. And shoutouts to Samurai Man, who only ever ran this game for 1 week, but he got me into this game. So thank you so much for that. Also, shoutouts to my friend Tamika, who gave me this amazing controller for my birthday last year. This is the one that I used for pretty much every run of the game. Shoutouts to BSG for supplying us with the Wiimote, because like whenever I pack my Wii, that's the one thing I forget. I forgot mine at home. I had to use it to start the game. Shoutouts to Etienne, who supplied the batteries. Also, stay tuned. Next run is going to be Shantae. Is this Shantae and the Pirates Curse? Is that the name?
Yes, Shantae
yeah, it's Shantae and the Pirates Curse by Etienne, who supplied the batteries. Without that, this run would not have been possible, so thanks so much for that. And that's it for me. I'm going to be back on tomorrow morning at roughly 9:29 with Phineas and Ferb again for the DS. Stay tuned for that. Now it's time for Shantae. And I'm going to head out. Thank you so much, BSG, for having me. And thank you, Tiny Tim, for hosting.
Thank you very much. Fantastic run there. Hope everybody enjoyed that. We'll be right back for a quick intermission. We're going to have the next one, which is indeed going to be Shantae and the Pirate's Curse with Etienne. Stay tuned.